If your client is overreacting to rules that should be considered normal and simple to follow with emotional outbursts, your client could benefit from the red flag intervention. If your client is constantly engaging you in a no-win situation by creating a power struggle, then your client could benefit from the red flag intervention. Abby, can you please clean your room?
I don't fucking want to! Meredith, can you please clean your room?
Fuck you, you're not the boss of me. I'm not doing anything. People who have these developmental anxieties can be helped using the red flag intervention when they feel guilty and experience the independence-dependence conflict. People who experience guilt often violate rules and they express anger in devious ways. People who experience the independence-dependence conflict become manipulative and act out because they want to fit in with others. People who experience the identity anxiety will often express defensive behaviors if they don't resolve the conflict of their anxiety regarding their self-worth.
Gabby was seen vandalizing the stop sign for approval from her friends.
All my friends reject me all the time. I'm so pissed. Stop. Melody, do you want help with your project?
No, I want to do it my fucking self, bitch!
It's pretty good, but you could probably add at the end. Just add another word or two.
Do you not think I'm fucking good enough?
When doing the red flag intervention, the worker is to be supportive when clients are going through drain off. During this stage, they often react with a lot of emotional outbursts, and the worker must be supportive during this time. Example of this would be your worker asking if you need to talk about anything that could be bothering you. The worker will try to get the client to look at a different perspective of the event they are experiencing. Is there anything bothering you?
I just don't know what to do anymore. Like, people are just so annoying. Like, everything's going like shit and I don't know what to do. Timelines when the worker helps the client work through what they did in the drain off stage. The workers will confront lies or distortions at this point.
So what happened before this, just so I can understand what you're going through?
Well, I guess my mom was going off about things and I couldn't.
Okay, and what happened after that?
I guess I reacted aggressively.
Central issue. Is it the incident itself or an underlying anxiety? This is the stage that you decide on a goal. The worker prepares the client to consider another perspective of the situation. This stage can take a while because it takes time to find out what the real problem is. What's the real issue behind you acting out with your mom?
Well, I guess I've been yelled at a lot in the past, so I guess I just freaked out at my mom because I've just been going through a lot in the past, so that's the real issue behind that.
Okay, well that's understandable.
Insight. This is the stage known as the fix-it stage. If a worker needs to bring them to insight, which can be difficult. If a worker is asking them to abandon their old ways and do it in a completely different way.
This stage is all about developing new skills. They may have a plan, but they do not have the proper skills to achieve their goals. The worker helps them develop new skills instead of resorting to old coping strategies.
The next stage is use of affirmations. This stage, the worker needs to show support to the client and show them that they understand how they feel. This will change the way the client looks at themselves because the worker is giving them signs that you believe in them and that you know that there is a better side to them. Wow, you made a really good choice today. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Janelle, could you do your homework, please?
No.
I thought that Janelle wasn't trying, but the real issue was that she was always told what to do by her parents growing up. She never had a say in anything, so this was the central issue of the situation. Kayla, I think you really need to clean your room.
But I don't want to.
Kayla was asked to clean her room, but she became very emotional. I thought that she didn't want to clean her room because she was just lazy, but the real issue is that she has a hoarding disorder. So this was the central issue of this situation.
Ow!
Mariah, can you please respect your classmates instead of punching them in the face when you get angry?
No.
I got very upset with Mariah when she got aggressive with her classmates, but the real issue was that her classmates were getting too close to her personal space, and it was a trigger for her because she was abused as a child.
The reclaiming intervention is used for students who overreact to normal rules and procedures with emotional outbursts. The goal of our intervention is to identify the source of the problem.
Melissa is a 9-year-old girl who's being bullied and fears older students because she's smaller than the rest of the children. She arrives at school weak and miserable after being there because she knows that she will be bullied.
You're such a short piece of shit.
Jasmine is a 6-year-old girl who's been attending an alternative high school for 6 months. She typically greets the staff in a joyful way, but lately she does not seem like herself. She becomes aggressive with everyone, which results to her being physically restrained, which is unusual for her. Zach is 14 years old, he's from Moncton, and he's been to this intervention, and he claims that it's the best one.
I've been to multiple interventions before, and none of them have worked the way this one has. This intervention is suited to help you, and it's all about the clients, which I really like. You are the main priority in this intervention, and you can take all the time you need to talk about things that you are going through. The red flag intervention is the best one that I have ever been to, and I've been to a couple of them, but this one is by far the best. I would highly recommend this intervention to anyone who needs help and has difficulties talking about their feelings. I went through a lot of crisis while attending this intervention, and in the end, it helped me because I learned how other people felt when I acted out and how they were going to act around me. It made me realize that having better coping mechanisms were only going to benefit me in the future. When I started this intervention, I thought the only way that I was going to feel better was if I showed anger towards people and act out. But through this intervention, I have come to realize that communication is key and it is a lot more effective. Through this intervention, I have developed new skills on how to communicate and how to express and deal with my emotions in an appropriate way.
This is Jennifer. She is 15 years old and she's from Riverview, New Brunswick. She has been to this intervention and says it has benefited her in many different ways.
When I started going to this intervention, I was really stuck in my old ways of coping with issues. I thought that I would never change, but this was not the case. The red flag intervention really helped me find a new solution to make life a lot easier. They helped me set up a plan and set achievable goals. Thanks to the incredible intervention, I have learned new skills such as assertiveness, problem-solving skills that I can use in the future to resolve problems instead of reacting in an aggressive way. The worker and the intervention were amazing, and they used affirmations throughout the whole process as a way of encouragement. The intervention truly changed my life, and I highly recommend it to anyone who may be going through a difficult time. My level of self-confidence has increased because of this intervention, as well as the level of insight and independence. I'm now taking small steps into achieving my goals, and I'm able to apply the new skills that I've learned throughout the process.
This is Tommy. He is 25 years old, who has a rough life. He is from Moncton and has used this intervention.
I first used it at age 15. I still believe it is the best intervention for any age group. It really helped me grow into the person I am today. I like the fact that I did not feel rushed to talk. I could really take my time. Also, they were always willing to listen to my side of the story. I learned lots of new skills to deal with my emotions instead of acting out emotionally.
So Susan's a teacher from Moncton, and this is what she thinks of the intervention.
I had a student that did not like the rules and became really aggressive when I told him to take out his books. With the use of red flag intervention, we discovered that a developmental anxiety was the cause of his emotional outbursts when asked to follow the rules. Through this intervention, it helped him realize that there were better and more effective ways of coping and dealing with issues. Through his intervention, he developed new skills in how to develop his emotional outbursts. This program had such a big impact on him. When he returned to school after taking this intervention, it was like he was a completely different person. He knew how to properly talk to people and confront them if there was an issue instead of resorting to being violent. The workers truly put a 100% effort and were constantly encouraging him to think about his actions and to be able to express himself in a positive and healthy way. This program was the best thing for him, and I would recommend it to anyone who is going through something similar because it does work and makes a huge difference in a person's life.